Welcome to this segment of Instructional Design Conversations. The topic for today is learning theories and instructional design. Historically, three theories of learning have influenced the field of instructional design: behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. We have a new theory on board now, connectivism, George Seaman and Stephen Downes. How important is it that learning theory be integrated with instructional design approaches, and why? So I'll get us started with that. I always tell my subject matter experts when I'm taking on a project to reflect on their pedagogical approaches. And I think that our pedagogical approaches need to be informed by theories of learning. So dissecting, how do we really believe people learn? How does learning happen? Is it a process? Is it a product? And I think that in different learning contexts, your pedagogical approach is going to be different. What is going to be appropriate for kindergarten class is not going to be appropriate for a PhD level. And so I think that having conversations about theories of learning inform your pedagogical approach that, again, allow, I think, for success in the learning environment, because you have an idea of how the learning is going to happen and what that looks like. What are your thoughts on this?
I think here at Royal Roads in particular, we often have subject matter experts come to us with a great deal of background and experience, but relatively new to teaching online in the sort of environments that we have. And not necessarily leading with the word constructivism, but explaining the principles behind the way that the course is designed so that they understand the significance of activities like the forums and building on the sense of students being a key resource within the course and their knowledge and their ability to present an argument or challenge or interact online certainly enables a lot of new faculty and instructors to grasp the significance of activities that they may see as peripheral to content. They're very focused on, I know this and I want to transmit this information. And so I find talking about pedagogy and talking about constructivist principles useful, although I don't necessarily frame it in those terms. But
yeah, depending upon the learners in a particular course, they may have a wealth of experience in the field as well. So each and every student can become a valuable resource and to help others construct meaning.
I have to admit, the first two courses I took, university courses, were at a distance, just the old distance education method. And it was very isolating. And since being at Railroads and experiencing our delivery model, I see the tremendous benefits of constructivism and helping students create their own learning. And it's a great approach, I think, and I certainly try to draw faculty's attention to think about what their approach is and the benefits of each.
Yes. So when we talk about learning community, we're again engaging with constructivist principles, and that's one of the really, really key things when we talk about team-based learning. Again, we're talking about working together and constructing knowledge through those interactions. So those are certainly connected to constructivist principles as well. Did you have something, Keith?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think this is similar to other disciplines where theory can be, at a very high level, very abstract, difficult to, to integrate into what you understand about the subject already. But I also think that it's important to have an understanding of theory and to think about the different pedagogical models and theoretical or theories as you're designing, because if you don't think about it, it doesn't mean that there isn't a theory or a pedagogy behind what you've designed. What it means is that it's probably coming from the culture in which you yourself was raised and educated. There will be a pedagogy in every piece of learning that's designed. If you don't think about the pedagogy, it's probably going to be what happened to you back in the 70s. So thinking about it makes sure that you're mindful that there's a reason to design something this way as opposed to that way.
Yes, the intention, and that's exactly what instructional design is about, right? It's the systematic, it's intentional. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. We're going to wrap up this segment and we'll see you in the next one.